Hey guys, how you doing? This is Manga, etc. and I'm here today to make a review for Shaman King, episode 46. So first things first, I feel like after the big deal we made last episode, at least I feel like it was made like out to be a big deal about them having to fight the people on these ships. We get to this episode now and it just seems to be just brushed over easy peasy. Like we have everybody lined up, all ready to go. We think a battle's about to take place. We hear all this talk about this is gonna be hard kind of thing. Emotionally, I figured that it was supposed to be hard emotionally. That's what I was thinking. This is all the lines that I was going along, and then to come into this episode and you just have Hal just going running there, click his fingers. Might as well have done a Thanos snap, and then it was done, easy peasy. Like, alright, cool. I've done my bit. I've used enough for Ryoku. Let me save the rest for Resurrection. It was done. Yo and company, Yo and Co. didn't even lift a finger. I'm there thinking to myself, huh? This was kind of hyped up a little bit, and it failed to deliver. So I don't know if something was missing from the manga. I don't know. I haven't read the Shaman King manga. But I kind of feel that something was missing from the manga. Or maybe my expectations were just too high for this. But that's how we start off the episode. And as the episode went on, I started to fall deep for Ryu. Because I came to realize it's the Five Warriors. I came to realize it is the Five Warriors. Leaving Ryu out of it, I come to realize Ryu did not die and go to hell to train and become one of the Five Warriors. It's the Five Warriors for a reason. And I feel like that's deep on Ryu's part, but at the same time, I feel like it makes sense because out of the ones chosen to be the Five Warriors, Ryu is the one who's been a shaman for the least amount of time. So it makes sense from that point, from that perspective. But from a perspective of an audience member, and you know who's been part of the crew the longest, Lyserg should be the one that's left out. Lyserg should be the side piece. Lyserg should be who Ren was referring to when we said we don't have the Furyoku to be wasted to revive you. For that reason. So I kind of feel sorry for Ryu at this present moment in time. But like I said, the battle of the ships, whatever, involving what's his name, Manta's father, and we even had a little piece of him where Manta was hiding, and Yo says, to Manta, stop hiding. I feel like something that was left out. So if you know what happens in the manga during this time, and something was left out from the anime, please let me know. But anyway, after that, we go to the second continent of Mu, and the Patch tribe are willing to carry on the Shaman King tournament, but that's when Yo hops in there and says, nah, we ain't doing it. And Yo's speaking on the team terms, and that's when we find out from the Patch member that this second round wasn't team events. They don't go on to say if it was going to be straight one-on-one fights. I kind of feel like it wasn't going to go straight into that whole one-on-one tournament kind of vibe thing, because the number 12, it doesn't really work, because you see you have 12, each person fights someone, so then you're left over with 6, and then after 6, it's 3, and then, it doesn't add up like in a normal tournament kind of blocker kind of vibe. It would have worked if it was 16, or just, a multiple of, what I'm talking about it. A better number, so it was, 16, and after 16, 32, 64, them kind of vibes. But it doesn't matter anyway, because the Shaman King tournament is done. The Shaman King has been crowned. How is our Shaman King? And he's gone. Basically, the plan is that while Hao sleeps, take it in the Great Spirit. This is the best time to hop in there, kill Hao. That's what they're trying to do right now, but that's not going to be an easy feat, because standing in the way at this present moment in time is not only the remaining 2 members, after this episode, 1 member of the Ziki team, of the Hao team that made it through, but the other Patch member tribes. Sacred grounds, we're not disturbing this ritual kind of thing, so they're going to get in the way. So the aim of Yo and company is to take down all these guys, hop in there with Ziki's, while Hao is slacking, and then the one left standing after this, because they say it's not going to be an easy feat. We are going to lose some men on the way. So the last man standing after that, then he will be Shaman King. So right now, Zeki, sorry, Hao, I don't know why I keep saying Zeki today, honestly. Hao is currently Shaman King. So I knew that he became Shaman King within the manga. I knew this prior to prior to starting the series. This is something fact I knew. I didn't know what capacity he does become it, but this is the capacity, obviously. Does he remain it? I don't know. I'm gonna find out, but we'll see. So within this episode, the team come across their first hurdle, which is what's his name? The guy from, I forget his name, but versus Marco. They had a fight earlier. They had another fight within this episode, and basically they both gave their lives for their causes, and they both gave their lives for the causes, and the crew moved on. Liza took this very serious. Not very seriously, very hard. Obviously, they were boys, so obviously he took that hard, whatever. So they moved. I'm not particularly a fan of Marco, so wasn't too phased by it, but I can understand the emotion of the scene. But whatever, we move on to something that I'm more excited to see, and that is Silver. So now we find out that Silver is going to be the first hurdle they come across. Does that mean he's the weakest patch member? Probably, because it's always the weakest to go out first, but we did have that comment from Yo saying, like, I thought we'd come across you later. So maybe he's not the weakest patch member, but regardless of weakest or strongest or middle, whatever, it is going to make for an exciting fight, because like Yo says, we've seen Silver versus Yo before, and we know how underclass Yo was back then. Back then, Yo didn't even know what Furyoku was, but now he's rocking a double medium. So this fight should be good from just a combat standpoint, let alone a bit of an emotional standpoint as well. So I am looking forward to this fight. I am. So that's where we leave off with this episode. So I'm guessing 1-on-1, but yeah, I'm guessing 1-on-1 simply because Ren was like, basically his own speech to Ryu about how we don't have the Furyoku to be wasting to revive you, plus someone else wants a piece of the pie, and Yo seems like he wants to take this 1-on-1. So this is a good way to just see how far Yo has come since episode, I don't know what episode it was, but you know what I'm saying, from the beginning of the series to now, it's a good way to see just how far Yo has come. And yeah, one thing though that bugs me, maybe it will be explained later on, it's the whole Hao situation. So now in the OG anime, before Hao tries to take the Great Spirit, he wants Yo back. He wants Yo back, like, bro, come back to me, so he can get stronger. But now he's on taking on the Great Spirit first. So I thought Yo would have come before the Great Spirit, because I feel like once you take in the Great Spirit, everything else is unnecessary. So why would Hao have interest in Yo at all? And there is interest, because that's displayed and been shown throughout. But within the OG anime, the interest was really about Yo getting stronger, so when he took him back, he could get stronger. But because if it is going to happen within this anime, the 2021 version, it's happening after he takes in the Great Spirit, throws me off. That throws me off there. If it's explained in later episodes, then guys who've read the manga and watch and experienced in the anime, don't ruin it for me. I'll get there. I'll land when it's time to land. But it's just something that I realised. Going to give this episode a 3-star rating. Like always, guys, I'm asking for your thoughts and opinions. If you haven't already, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. But most importantly, take care. Have a nice day.